Okay, so going on. Now it says here 2 Samuel chapter 15 verse 18. And all his servants passed on beside him, all the servants of King David, and all the Kerethites, and all the Pelethites, and all the Gittites, which were Hamites. Um, Philistines, sorry. Yeah, they were Hamites from Philistines, not Hamites from Canaan. They're Hamites from Philistines, from Gath. Because you can see it here, for example. Gath here where the was Philistia or Philistines. The Philistim was here. Philistim was here. And then the rest were Canaanites. Okay, going on. 600 men which came after him from Gath. So he had a lot of Hamites with him too, the king. Passed on before the king. Then, because the Israelites were on a lot of them, they were on Absalom's side. The Most High did that. The Most High caused it to. He cursed him. He cursed him. So he cursed David. He made him. He made him go through troubles for the pain that he caused. Well, Uriah didn't know, but the Most High, he didn't like that. Here's Proverbs 6. Proverbs chapter 6, verse 32. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. But King David has found mercy by the Lord, but the Lord did say, I will hurt you. 2 Samuel chapter 12, verse 13. He did it secretly. I will show it. I will do it openly. And verse 13, 2 Samuel 12:13. And David said unto Nathan, I have sinned against the heavenly Father Yahweh. And Nathan said unto David, Yahweh also hath put away thy sin. Thou shalt not die. Howbeit, because by this deed thou hast given great occasion to the enemies of the Lord to blaspheme. Oh yeah, Lord, look at what you did, man. You killed Uzziah for touching the Ark of the Covenant, but you didn't kill David, man. How can I follow after you? There were people that said stuff like that. Whatever. The child also that is born unto thee shall surely die. So yeah. But here you can see here, Psalms chapter 30. Well, wait a minute, 32, I think. Psalms 32 and 1. Blessed is he whose transgression is forgiven. Ooh. Whose sin is covered. Ooh. That's King David right there. He's blessed. Blessed is the man unto whom the Lord imputed not iniquity. He didn't impute it on you. He's like, I'll judge you for it, but I'm going to kill you. And in whose spirit there is no guile. But you have to understand, I have to come to the defense. 1 Kings chapter 15 verse 5. Because David did that which was right in the eyes of the Lord. Let me start here. Nevertheless, for David's sake did Yahweh his power give him a lamp in Jerusalem. He loved David so much, he let his descendant, where was it? Jeroboam, which is the descendant of David. He gave him wisdom. He gave him a lamp to walk there with, to set up his son after him, and to establish Jerusalem. Right? Because David did that which was right in the eyes of the Heavenly Father, and turned not aside from anything that the Heavenly Father commanded David all the days of his life, of David's life, save only the matter of Uriah the Hittite. So he just made one mistake. But then you could say, like, oh yeah, with Uzziah, he made one mistake too, and he wasn't even doing evil. He was trying to help. You got people like that, man. I'm not kidding you. I might do it comically or something like that, but you do have people like that, Let me see. Uzziah died. Here. Uzziah died touching the ark. No, not there. Second Samuel. Okay, I think it was this. This one. So it says here, 2 Samuel 6:7, and the anger of the Lord here. 2 Samuel 6:6, and when they came to Nahon's threshing floor, which is where you meal the meal. Sorry, this thing is a threshing floor. This is a threshing floor, where the food is being made. Uzzah, or not Uzziah, Uzzah put forth his hand to the ark of the heavenly Father, but Uzzah was from Judah, and took hold of it, for the oxen shook it. So he saw that it would fall. He wanted to help. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against Uzzah. And the heavenly Father smote him there for his error. And there he died by the ark of the covenant, because he touched it. And David was displeased because the heavenly Father made a breach upon Uzzah. And he called the name of the place Perez Uzzah to this day. So that place was named after him now. Never to be forgotten again. But you know, people might use this like, you the Lord. I seen people do shit, bro. I seen them. I don't want to say what they say, but anyway, people have things to say because they don't understand stuff. But anyway, hey, whatever. I just hope the Lord have mercy on me. But he did say it. He did say it. He's like, oh, I'm gonna give you the mercies of David. Where is that again? The Israelites are gonna get the mercies of David. So Isaiah 55:3, incline your ear and come unto me. Hear, and your soul shall live, and I will make an everlasting covenant with you. Even the sure mercies of David. So the mercies that David got, the whole nation is going to get eventually. So in the beginning, only the elect, and then afterward, the entire nation is going to get the mercies of David. So, because if you think about it, all of us are adulterers, we are all murderers, and our women are all whores. You know, stuff like that. You generation of adulterers and adulteresses, you know. So yeah. Are all of us 100% in the physical form? Well. There's a small portion upon the planet Earth that, you know, they lived, like women, for example, they lived. There was a virgin and stayed with one man until they died, or until he died. And you have other men that you know, they did not commit adultery. They stayed with their own wife or wives, and they never touched another man's wife. You know, that's possible. Stuff like that did happen. But did you do that in your past life? You don't know. Okay, so we can stop right there with the defending of yourself, of each other, because I don't know, and I don't think so neither. Art thou holy? No, I'm not. So it says right here. Okay, so it says, okay, all the servants passed before him. Okay, then said the king to Ittai the Gittite, wherefore goest thou also with us? Return to thy place and abide with the king. Now, this is a little bit tricky, weird. Wait, let me read it again. And abide with the king. So what did he say? He said, go back forth, basically, to where you come from. Return to your place. Why are you going with us? Return to the place where you come from, because that's your place, you know. And abide with the king. What king is he talking about? Pardon. Is he talking about Absalom? Or, you know, well, let me go on. For thou art a stranger. The word here is Nakaria, which he is a stranger, and also exile. So Ittai the Gittite was an exile from his own place, from his own land. He was an exile. What does an exile mean? An exile means this: the state of being barred from one's native country. He wasn't allowed to go back, so he did some. Look, I'm gonna give you an example. The Gideonite, when the Gideonite here, Gideon, Philistines, Gideon, how do you spell that? Gideonites, right? Gideonites, Joshua. Here. Wait. No, Gideonites. Right, Gibeon. Oh, okay. I made a mistake. Gibeon. The Gibeonites called unto, let me see. So the inhabitants of Gibeon, which are Canaanite, Amorites, which are Canaanites. The Amorites are Canaanites too. The Amorites found out what Joshua did to Jericho, which are other Canaanites. They was like, shit, hey, they gonna kill us. And then they tricked us, right? And then it says here in the men of Gibeon. Here, this is what I want. And the men of Gibeon sent unto Joshua. Basically, they joined forces with us through trickery. But it's all good. Saying to Joshua in Gilgal, slack not thy hand from thy servants. Come up to us quickly and save us and help us. For all the kings of the Amorites, which they are Amorites themselves. You can find that here. 2 Samuel 24 and wait a minute. No, it's 23. Sorry. 20. I said 23. No, 21 actually. Yeah. 2 Samuel 21 and 2. And the king called the Gibeonites and said unto them, now the Gibeonites were not of the children of Israel, but of the remnant of the Amorites. Okay, so they're Amorites, right? So what did they do? They joined forces with us. So what did the other Amorites do? For all the kings of the Amorites that dwell in the mountains are gathered together against us to kill you. Then spake Joshua to Yahweh in the day when Yahweh delivered up the Amorites before the children of Israel. Sorry. Oh, here, sorry. 7. So Joshua ascended to Gilgal, he and all the people of war with him, and all the mighty men of valor. And Yahweh said unto Joshua, fear them not, for I have delivered them into thine hand. There shall not a man of them stand before thee. They all gonna run away, and we beat the shit out of them. Joshua therefore came unto them suddenly, and went up from Gilgal all night. And Yahweh discomfited them before Israel, and slew them with the great slaughter at Gibeon, which is a city. The Gibeonites come from the city Gibeon, which is in the land of Benjamin. Let me see here. Where did I think so here? I don't think so. No, it's not there. This one then. Here's Ramah. Here's Gibeah. Oh, here Gibeon. Here, the wilderness of Gibeon. Here Gibeon. Here, look at it there. This one. This is Gibeon. This is Gibeah. How you call him again? Samuel was there. He was here too. Ramah, Gibeah. He did a circle. He went from here to here to here to here, and he was hanging around here. That's in the scriptures. But yeah, so okay, the slaughter at Gibeah, which is the city. The Gibeonites are the people from that city, and chased them along the way that goeth up to Beth Horon, and smote them to Azekah and unto Makkedah. Okay, but the thing was, my point of this is that, let me see, is that when they joined forces with us, the other Amorites wanted to kill them. They was like, traitor, gonna kill you today. But anyway, but yeah, so basically, to a certain degree, I would suggest that he was an exile like that, because you have to remember, we was fighting the Gadites. You don't remember that King David killed their top guy, which is Goliath of Gath? You forgot about that? And then here you have these Gittites that are joined forces with King David. What do you think the Gadites in that land would think of? Wouldn't they call them a bunch of house Gadites? Not Gad, like the tribe of Gad. I mean like Gath, with the TH. Don't you think they would call them a bunch of house Philistines? They would call them house Philistines. They were trying to kill them. I mean, house niggas. For the field brothers, the field Negroes, not trying to kill a house nigga. But if they kill him, they're gonna get in trouble with the method, with the devil. You're gonna get in trouble with them because he's gonna protect them. Therefore, he's gonna kill you. So you can't touch him. So they couldn't touch him because King David was there. And in the time of Joshua, Joshua was there. They wanted to touch him, they couldn't, because Joshua was like, "What? Hey, those are my servants now. You touch them, touch you. How about that?" And well, they found out that day that they couldn't touch him, and they left him alone. But as soon as David fell, guess what happened to the Gibeonites? Bitch ass, you! I'm gonna get you back, man. You traitor! And they got him. But anyway, that's another story going on. Now it says here, whereas thou, where was I? Oh, okay, 20. Whereas thou camest but yesterday, talking about Ittai the Gittite, should I this day make thee go up and down with us? You just came here. You're not even from like long here. How can I make you come with me now? Seeing I go whither I may. So basically, he's like, I don't even know where I'm supposed, where I'm going. I will go where I'm allowed, because I'm on the run. I'm fleeing from my son that gathered all Israel sneakily behind my back against me to kill me and claim himself to be the king. Anyway, return thou and take back thy brethren, which are the 600 Hamite men that came with him over the water. Where is it? Where is this again? Pass over the water. Basically passed over beside him. It doesn't say water, but I have a picture, for example. Where did I put that one? Nope. Nope. It's here, but I have a different picture here that I need to explain something when I pull it. I have a picture here that you wait. Let me. Anyway, I'll just do this then. Let me see here something. So here is the wilderness of Judea, where King David was actually running toward. You know, he's fleeing in there. He was fleeing around in there and stuff like that, because he came from Jerusalem, and then he was running around in the wilderness of Judea. You know, you can see it here, for example, a little bit close up. Jerusalem is here. The wilderness of Judah is here. The valley of Angkor. And I think there's another one here. Let me see. Yeah, it's kind of the same. A little bit more close up, I think. Let me see. Yeah. You had Hebron here, where his son was. His son Absalom took over. In Bethlehem, Jerusalem. Right. So going on. So it says here, wherefore come whereas thou camest but yesterday, should well going on. Seeing I go whither I may, return thou and take back thy brethren. Mercy and truth be with thee. From basically blessings, yeah, whatever. And Ittai, blessings from the Heavenly Father. And Ittai answered the king. See, it's kind of weird because he said, like, go back to the king. But I'll get to that later. Answered the king and said, as Yahweh liveth, and as my son, and as my lord the king liveth. I was thinking of Absalom, sorry. Therefore, surely in what place my lord the king shall be, whether in death or life, even there also will thy servant be. So let me read it again from here, 19. So the king was with all these Hamites, right? Then said the king to Ittai the Gittite from Gath, wherefore goest thou also with us? Why you coming with us? Return to thy place, go back to where you come from, and abide with the king, whether it be Absalom or him, but I'll get to that later. For thou art a stranger, meaning he is a Nakaria, in the Hebrew it says it, and also an exile. You got basically exiled from your own place. Whereas thou camest but yesterday. You know what I'm saying? You just came around, you know. Should I this day make thee go up with, should I this day make thee go up and down with us? Seeing I go whither I may. So I don't even know where I'm going, and I'm gonna go where I may, or where I'm allowed to go, because I don't know, because certain places, you know, they might fight against me. I don't know. So I don't know where I'm going. Return thou, and take back thy brethren, which are the other the Hamites. Mercy and truth be with thee. And Ittai answered the king and said, As Yahweh liveth, and as my lord the king liveth, surely in what place my lord the king shall be, whether in death or life, even there also will thy servant be. And David said unto Ittai, Go and pass over. And Ittai the Gittite passed over, and all his men, all the other Hamites, and all the little ones that were with him, his family, the families of the other ones and stuff. His family too, if I'm correct. But basically they had children that went along with them. So it was a whole crew of people. And so let me get back to over here. So it says here, verse 18, and all his servants passed on by him, all the servants of King David, and all the Cherethites, and all the Pelethites, and all the Gittites, 600 men which came after him from Gath, passed on before the king. Right. So you had this Cherethite, and I'm gonna read what they are. Okay. So I'm going to over here. Let me see something here. Samuel, was it this one? Said to the king, said unto the Hittites, said what? Sorry. Why did I grab it? Oh yeah. So yeah. Okay. Shazza. This one again. Sorry, where was I? Here, 15. Okay, so I just read number. No. I just read. Wait. Let me get 18 first, and then I come to 19. So wait, I think it's here. Oh yeah, okay, got it. So 2 Samuel chapter 15, verse 18. And no, what am I doing, man? That's not yet. What? What am I doing? What did I say that I would do first? Yo, let me get this one first, man. I think I set it up like that. I don't know anymore. Okay, so 2 Samuel chapter 15, verse 18. And all his servants passed on beside him, and all the Cherethites, I don't know how you pronounce this word, Cherethites, and the Pelethites. Okay, the Cherethites are these people. Let me see here. This one, which, hey, let me get it here. Wow, troubles. Hebrew 3774. Hebrew 3774. It says here, Cherethites, executioners, a group of foreign mercenaries, yes, soldiers serving as a bodyguard for King David, also executioners. Okay, verse 2, not first, I mean number 2, either Cretans or Proto-Philistines in general. So what does this mean? Well, if you go to the book of Genesis chapter 10, no, not here, yes, so Genesis chapter 10, remember that it says they're Cretans, right? Genesis chapter 10 first, I'll get this one, 14. I'll start at 13. And Mizraim begat Ludim, and Anamim, and Lehabim, and Nathuhim. Okay, let me get here. Okay, so Mizraim, he got what? Ludim, Lehabim, whatever this word is. And, okay, so going on. So, he got Ludim here. It's spelled different. Anamim. Where the hell is that one? It's not mentioned there? Yeah, it might be somewhere else. I don't know. Okay, let me leave that one. I'm looking. Okay, I'll leave that there. And then you have Nathuhim or something with this one here. Okay, so going to this one, Path. This one is here. So the Path Sim. And Kasluhim is here. Okay, so it says here, and Path Rusim and Kasluhim, out of whom come Philistim. So the Philistine come out of Casluhim. Therefore, the Philistines are Mizraim, right? Okay. And Captorim. Captorim is here. And what do they call this land nowadays? Captorim? They call it this. Crete. The Greek called it Crete. So now, then I made, for example, I made a picture. Crete. Nowadays they call it Crete. This whole region is called Macedonia, which Japhet used to be there. And let me go on. That's why they say, that's why people that don't know the scriptures, they say that Esau is Japhet. That's not the truth. Are they Australians? Are they South Africans? Are they the real Americans? Are they the real Europeans? No, they're not. They took the land and then they named themselves after those lands. And now you have them as Australians. They're not Australians. The people that are Aboriginals are real Australians. The people that are Native Americans, those are the real Americans. The Canadians, the Native Canadians, those are the real Canadians. They're not the Canadians. They're a bunch of cave people that took over Europe and then started to call themselves Europeans. And then from there, the criminals, they went to America and made themselves Americans. They went to Australia and made themselves Australians. Those are criminals. Don't forget that. Descendants of criminals. That's what they are. Murderers, rapists, everything you can imagine. Baby fuckers. That's what they do. I'm not kidding you, and I'm not making this up. Oh, he's the racist. You're speaking the truth, man. That's what it is. So, okay. So here you have cadets. Here, this thing here is cadets. And here a little bit more close up. They call it also in another word, Kriti. Kriti. And here, of course, is Africa. But anyway, let me go back over here. No. Here. Okay, so here you have Israel. And then you have this Captorim. Captorim, right? Which nowadays they call Creth. Or Cretes, you know. They had Phoenix there too. Because the Greeks used to call it a place here Phoenix. Well, until this day is Phoenix there. But they used to call here. Sorry, I'm looking at it. I was looking here. Sorry. Here they called them Phoenicians. They call them that, as you can see here, for example. These are the ones that they call Lebanon mountains. They call them Phoenicians. And the Gabalites were here. Gibeonites, but Gabalites, they were here. And they were giants. So we couldn't mess with them. King Solomon couldn't beat them. They were too powerful. Because King Solomon sinned at the end. But the 1 Kings 11, you can see that. This, and also Joshua 23, Joshua 13, you can see that. But here they call them Phoenicians. You know, the Greeks call them they called the Canaanites Phoenicians. But let me go on before I'm stuck on stupid with one thing. Now, okay, the Crets. Okay, cool. So now, the Captorims, right, which are Cretans, the Caslohemites, out of them come Philistines. So the Philistines, they started to go live with their uncle there. So the Philistines here, let me get it for you. Here, Philistine, Hebrew 6430, Hebrew 6430, Philistine, immigrants, whatever. The inhabitants of Philistia, which is in the land of Canaan, which is what I showed here, right? Descendant of Mizraim, well, I just read that, Genesis 10, who immigrated from Captor, Crete, that's the Cretans, from Captor, which is this one, Captorim, yeah, it's spelled different, but it's the same. Oh, it's actually spelled the same, yeah, Captor, yeah, here, Captor and Captorim, right? To the western sea coast of Canaan. They came there, and that's in the scriptures, because it says it right here. Amos chapter 9, verse 7. Are ye not as the children of Ethiopians unto me, O children of Israel? Because we kind of look like them. We're kind of like them to a certain degree. The Cushites. Saith Yahweh, have not I brought up Israel out of the land of Mizraim? Yes, you did, Lord. And the Philistines from Captor. So the Philistines were from Captor. He brought them to where? He brought them to here. To do what? Well, the Heavenly Father is this, he's beyond chess. He's a strategician. I don't know. I don't even know how to word the word. But he did this. The book of Judges, chapter 2, verse 11. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord, and served Balaam. And they forsook Yahweh, the power of their fathers, which brought them out of the land of Mizraim, and followed other gods, of the gods of the people that were round about them, and bowed themselves unto them, and provoked Yahweh to anger. And they forsook the Heavenly Father, and served Baal and Ashtaroth, which is the Easter bunny female, and this is the golden calf nowadays. Baal is actually, it's Baal the heifer here. Tobit 1 and 5. Now all the tribes which together revolted, and the house of my father Naphtali, which are the Naphtalites, of the 12 tribes, sacrificed unto the heifer Baal. The heifer, what is a heifer? A heifer is a cow, a female cow at that. This is a heifer. So what is the golden? What am I doing? What is the heifer Baal? Sorry, that's the golden calf. Until this day in India, for example, they say holy cow, because the cows there are holy. It goes back to that the cow has milk, and therefore it can provide for families and stuff like that, because you can make food out of it, cheese and different things and stuff like that. And also cows farm the land for you. You might not understand what I just said, but here. It's not the woman, it's the man that did it. Wait. Right, so I'm gonna leave this link in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. Now this is what they known to do, okay? This is what cows can do.
An incredible transformation.
Now this female speaks like she's like sleepy or something, I don't know. But it's not her, because I was thinking about another video. I was thinking about this one. This one. That was what that was in my head actually. I didn't even see it. This one was in my head. And this one, it says like how this woman transformed desert into lush forest, part 2. She didn't do it. It was her husband, but her husband died, and then she took it over. But in the desert,
something completely unexpected.
It's not unexpected. Esau already knows about this. Mexico desert, you had this woman over here, which is I think it's a daughter of, not this one, there's a Caucasus chick. It's the same chick that's talking slow.
Desert.
But this is what the woman that I'm talking about made. This is her, and her husband set it up. And these are the type of trees that she makes there. I'll put this link in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. It's very dope. It's very dope. This is in the desert of Mexico, and she did this, but it's her husband that did it. He died. The Most High, man, the Most High is, he works mysterious ways, you know what I'm saying? So this is what she can grow in the desert there. But it's not her. Like I said, she maintains it. Props up for her for that, and the props up for her for acknowledging that it was her husband, but he passed away, of course. You know how things work. But she made this, and I'll just leave the link in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. It's very dope. So if this one person, this one woman can do this, what do you think that a devil can do with the amount of money and resources that he has? Come on, man. But he's not here to make our lives better. He's here to be the evil creature upon the planet Earth, and to basically rape, rob, murder. The thief coming not both to steal, rape, rob, and stuff like that. It's not his job to do it. He's that evil one, the evil twin, Esau. So if you look at this, you see it is more dense, and then this is more desert, right?
Is happening in one of
So let me speed it up. What happened is this: you see these cows, they have hoofs.
the shed management and organic farming.
So what do you do with these cows? You let them walk around here, and what will they do? Well, this is what they will do. No. Path on the forest. Ground forest. I just call that forest here. What will happen? Well, if you have a path on the forest ground, what will happen? I saw one here. What will happen? If you continually keep on walking here, nothing will grow. It will flatten itself here too. Yeah. Oh yeah, I saw another one there. Anyway, I hope you get what I'm trying to say. It will flatten itself. If you walk on here, and this is just ground. This is just ground. It will flatten itself. And if you keep on walking, because you're going to stomp on it, and it's going to turn into kind of like this. Not this, but kind of, oh yeah, especially a car. Then you see less vegetation here. And here where the cars do not grow, you're going to see it's possible that grass might start growing in the middle. But here the car is going, so it's going to stay flat. Unless the car doesn't go there for maybe a few months, then it's going to be able to grow back. But my point is this. What do cows do? Well, cows have hoofs. And these hoofs, they dig into this. Here, he's going to explain it to you.
And the gopher also backed. It's
Okay.
so successful.
Oh, wait.